All right, welcome. Jeez, welcome back to Twintero. I'm David,
I'm Gary.
and Gary's not going to take it today.
I'm not gonna take it.
Oh no! So, where he wants to go? What's he not taking? You say?
Yeah.
Um, MAGA has built a personality. Uh, it's a cult of personality led by Donald Trump, dear leader, and one of the constant themes is that they want to get rid of the deep state, which is filled with a bunch of elite, pedophile, cannibalistic Democrats and Hollywood types
Yes.
that make their life miserable. And the last, 8 years they've been on this, which is why, Pizzagate happened, because some idiot thought in a basement in a pizza place that doesn't have a basement, there was a child pedophile sex ring down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which there wasn't, but that just shows you the lengths that they will go to fight this. And that's been their crusade. And by giving MAGA a crusade, you give them authorization to do whatever it takes. The ends justify the means to address this. And if you can point out that, Mexico is sending all the rapists and killers over here, well, then we need to get rid of these brown people.
Yep.
And, it's the pedophiles are the Democrats, the Marxists, the Hollywood elites and stuff like that. Oh, good. Well, we need to get rid of them too, because we're getting rid of pedophilia and sex trafficking. That's noble. So now that we've got, and Epstein dies mysteriously in prison, that'll fuel a few conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah.
So now the Epstein report is things about the Epstein report are being put out there, and Trump's out there saying, "Oh, there's no list. There's nothing here. You're stupid if you believe it. Don't be foolish and weak. It's just Obama and Biden and Hillary Clinton making stuff up."
Yes.
And
yeah, they made up a list that doesn't exist.
Exactly. So this is kind of like, I mean, not the best analogy, but it's like you've been promising the kids their Christmas presents all month, and it's now Christmas time, and they're ready to open presents, and you're like, well, maybe we should go for a walk now. Maybe we should sit down and eat some more dinner. Maybe we should talk it out and talk about our feelings. Whatever it is that they're trying to distract with, and
all sorts of distractions being thrown out there. Trump recently was trying to get grand jury testimony released to kind of placate the wild beast known as MAGA, and the judge wouldn't allow it. At least in the state of Florida, they wouldn't allow it. They're going to try again in New York. And Marjorie Taylor Greene's like, nope, you can't just dangle some red meat in front of us and expect us to be happy. We want the whole steak dinner now. And MAGA wants the list. Pure and simple. We elected you because you were going to go after this, and you were going to expose the deep state, and you were going to expose this list of, all the Democrats that are on this pedophile list, right?
Bill Gates, George Soros, Bill Clinton, all these people are on there, and we want them. We want our pound of flesh from all of them.
That's right. And so, Trump's trying time and again to distract and deflect. Now Obama's a treasonous person because Russia interfered in the election, and that's of course a false narrative for dear leader. What else?
Hillary Clinton's emails, we're going to hit that greatest hit again.
Him disavowing anyone who still believes that there's a list out there, and Mike Johnson looks like a fish on a dock. He's flipping around back and forth on this, trying to weasel his way out of full disclosure. He even sent all the Republicans home a day early from the House.
Yeah, their last day in the House is going to be this Thursday. It was supposed to be Friday. I guess apparently the Democrats had come through some procedural hurdle to bring some motions to the floor to demand that the White House turn over the Epstein files to Congress.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Yeah, it's got to go. Bye.
Right.
We'll talk about this in September."
So, yeah, Trump is squirming, and he's He's trying really hard not to release any information, and MAGA's not having it. They want it. They've been good little MAGAites, and they want their reward for being so loyal and supportive of dear leader.
Now, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, Rupert Murdoch, Lachlan Murdoch keep releasing drip, 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 more information, more information. Oh, here's Trump's birthday card to Epstein where they talk about secrets that they both have. Yeah. Oh, how interesting. And then I guess they leaked some photos today. Yeah. Oh, look, here's Trump marrying Marla Maples. My God, is that Jeffrey Epstein at Trump's wedding back in 1993? Huh. I guess he would only invite his closest friends to his wedding, right? Yeah, right? So it seems like Murdoch and others, they're done with Trump. And they're going to let the Epstein thing devour this guy to the point where MAGA turns away from Trump. And then they can appoint whoever Trump's replacement is going to be to keep Project 2025 moving forward.
Yeah, it seems reasonable. Like a reasonable, you can reasonably get to that conclusion. Because you think, why would they want to submarine Trump? He's provided all the ratings and sound bites to get him all sorts of revenue, but
and distraction.
Yeah, so there has to be an end game in it for Fox and company to want to throw him under the bus. They didn't just all of a sudden get ethics and morals.
Yeah, yeah. What are those?
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to look at the energy around MAGA as the Epstein stake is dangled in front of them and it's being yanked away, and how they're not happy about that.
For entertainment purposes only.
Totally entertaining purposes.
Yeah, so let's look at the energy around MAGA. How are they feeling about this whole Epstein files and the distraction after distraction Trump is throwing out? Oh, what a wonderful card, the chariot. No, we're going to move this forward. This is just like the unrelenting forward motion, We are not going to stop. We want our information. We want that list.
You promised us this. We want it.
Yeah, the page of pentacles is the cross. This is, Trump offering up sort of alternative after alternative or distraction after distraction for him. Look at this. This is what you should be paying attention to. No, we want the list. How about this?
This. How about this little bauble?
Yes, exactly. This is, if you were really smart, you'd be asking these questions. Underneath it, you've got the Seven of Cups. It's kind of that, I don't know it's not that they don't know what to believe anymore. They're so locked into the conspiracy. That's their reality. And anything that's short of that is going to be upsetting to them. And we'll probably touch on this later, but Dave kind of went into it before we came live to record. Dave was talking about some of the machinations behind that, if you will. It's how are they going to work around MAGA? So they're just not exactly sure what to believe. In the past, you got the Nine of Swords. This is all the deep. Well, it depends on who you're talking here. Now, if we're just looking at MAGA, this is just all of the anxiety Trump and his rhetoric have caused. That they got this deep state. You got all these pedophiles running the government. And we need to get rid of them. And they're creating all this anxiety and stress, which generates fear and generates people going to the polls and identifying as MAGA. Current energy is Queen of Swords, but there's a truth coming out. They want the truth. You said Pam Bondi said she had the list. Give us the list. It was on her desk. Overarching energy is the Knight of Pentacles. Just give us the damn list.
you promised it, deliver.
Exactly. We've been patient. Give us. We gave you the presidency so you could put an end to this. So give it up. Lesson to be learned. 5 of Wands. It's just the infighting is starting.
Yeah.
This is one of those ones. This is the hill they're willing to die on. This is the one that they've been fighting for.
Yep.
As Dave was saying earlier, with a cult, you have to give them a purpose. This was their purpose.
Yep.
And the ends justifies the means. And, getting rid of wokeness, getting rid of brown people, cutting all these government jobs and whatnot. It's all good because we're going to do the Lord's work, as it were. Outcome is the Two of Swords. They have a choice. There's a choice to be made. Are they still going to support Dear Leader, or are they going to stick with the cause, whoever's leading it?
Yeah. And literally, you can see where the camps are being split here. You've got the Trump camp, which is like there's nothing here, and the people that truly are still going to be enamored with Trump as their cult leader, and everything he says is to be believed. And then you're going to have the folks that are there for the stamping out of the pedophilia and sex trafficking that are going to be like, wait a minute, no. You don't get to tease us with this and then tell us there's no there. No, you've basically, we've devoted our lives to this. And if you don't deliver, we're out of here. So there's no good place in all of this. I want to look at Trump. I'm going to look at the energy between the media, the Murdochs of the world with this. How are they stoking the fires here? Because I really do think they're going to use this Epstein case as a way to take down Trump and assassinate his character such that nobody wants anything to do with him. How are they feeling about it? Page of Pentacles, they're drip, offering a little bit out of a time. And then, as Tucker Carlson would say, I'm just asking questions. You make your own decisions on this one. And they're just sitting there. Yep, here we go. Time for some change here. They've perpetuated the illusion. Now they're ready to take the illusion away. And they're also kind of showing Trump the strength of the media, how the media can get people to swallow stuff, believe things that they tell them to. And now they're forcing a pill down the throat of MAGA that MAGA doesn't want to swallow. They're blowing a lid off of this situation. It's going to bring an ending if nothing else, bringing ending to the crusade, and it's going to give them time to knight a new leader, a new king to come. And the old king with his wilting laurels is dead, and now we're going to have a new one come in. Dr. Lena mentioned that whether we like it or not, Rupert Murdoch has shown that he's a kingmaker, and I think he's ready for a new king.
She was not referring to you. I got a cat that wants to be. Did somebody mention a new king?
That's right.
Come over here.
Would you like me to pause so you can feed said cat?
Yes, if he's on the table, that means he wants a treat.
Okay, hang on.
The great disappearing white cat.
Exactly.
First he's there, and now he's gone.
And now I got a question for you. How do you? Why don't you read on this? How will MAGA react when the results are actually?
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going. I was going to actually ask what will the results be, but that's fine. How will MAGA?
Oh, we know what the results are. And by their reaction, you may know how the results are given.
Yeah, exactly.
Ghislaine Maxwell says, "I'll testify." Well, are you going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth on both sides? Or are you going to give a highly curated testimony?
Let's see.
Because if they're happy, that means they found it's all Hollywood elites and Democrats.
Oh,
and if they're a little bit mixed, then they're getting a mixed bag there.
Okay, so how is MAGA going to react? I'll give you a quick peek at the underneath card. Oh, that's a good card. How are they going to react?
That is a good card.
Okay, Knight of Wands. Actions moving forward.
Yep. Now that we know, let's do something about it.
The cross is the victory card. Okay, that's interesting because that's usually the challenge is what is kind of like preventing things from moving forward.
Exactly.
So there's like a declaration of victory. See, we gave you what you wanted. No need to move it any further forward. But underneath it, which we all saw ahead of me, was the Sun card. That the sun's coming out on this. That the confusion and the mystery is all being lifted and everything's out there for all to see. Oh my gosh, and you got a naked kid on a horse. Maybe. In the past, you had the Knight of Cups. These are the peace offerings or the distractions that MAGA was being offered. Here, how about grand jury testimony? How about that Obama being a treasonous ex-president and Hillary's emails? Current energy is the High Priestess. Get some major arcana in this one. High Priestess is the current energy. Hey, the truth is coming out. It's the list is there, the evidence is there, the truth is coming out. Overarching energy is the Queen of Pentacles. Now you have to sit down and you need to sort of reflect on what your values are. What is it that you value? What is it that you really care about? And you need to sit down and you need to think about it. I'm getting the feeling like there's some disappointment in this. As he throws the Eight of Cups. Emotional walking away is the lesson to be learned.
Disgust.
Time, it's disgust or time to move on from this. That this is not, we're not happy about this. And so it could be either way. It could be the list gets out and they see the people that are truly on the list, and it's going to make them reflect on what their values are, because it could be people that they really admire and who they've really come to trust are on the list. Or it could be the list doesn't get released and they're like, okay, we've had enough. It's time for us to leave. Outcome, Two of Wands. Okay. Actions to be taken. What are our next steps? How are we going to do this in the future? I want to clarify on the outcome, the Eight of Wands. What do we need to know about that? Eight of Cups. What do we need to know about the Eight of Cups? It's about legacy and money, and it's the end of a cycle. That this is the cycle is completed.
Also, might be a worldwide problem too, with all that money that's on there.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if your High Priestess is Ms. Maxwell giving testimony.
Could be. It's feminine energy there, and it's just ask me the right questions. I'll give you the right answers.
Will they recognize that they were lied to? Will they recognize that they've been misled and lied to with this? Poor Carter. Four of Coins. Well, certainly some are going to be holding on to their values, holding on to, no, this can't be right, this can't be right, this can't be right. You're going to get people denying it. Two of Cups, Two of Coins, Five of Swords, Queen of Wands again. That contemplation of what my next action is. I think some are going to be really rocked to their core because, again, they've made MAGA values their identity. And how do we go forward now when they find out that their identity has been diminished? And maybe MAGA is even diminished. There's going to be some that are going to be like, the Democrats were telling us the truth here. Others will be, I can't possibly. They're going to double down. I'm riding the Trump wave all the way to the shore.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. You got, let's make peace, and the other's like, no, we got to keep fighting.
And this might be a message for us as they are hearing things that they don't want to hear, and they're hunkered down tight. What message, what actions are we going to take? Because they're in a crossroads. They don't know where to go. Are you going to reach out and say, hey, let's bury the hatchet? You were lied to. It's understandable that you would react with fear because you were lied to. A little compassion, because if you don't, then all they've got left is their anger. And as they say, the hardest thing a person who's been conned can do is admit that they've been conned, which is why they will double down, triple down, and just try and deny that they were lied to. They will ride that wave all the way to the shore rather than acknowledge that they've been duped.
Okay, so will the outcome of this be the mending of fences between Democrats and Republicans? The whole moving the pendulum away from extremism.
Now, mind you, this isn't going to be everybody. This is just the ones that are willing to say that they recognize they've been lied to and now don't know what to do with themselves.
It'll be a subset. Okay, Knight of Pentacles, just is a very passive card, showing them, hey, we have things that of value that we can share. It's a peace offering is really kind of what this is.
Yeah. Avon calling.
Yeah. Ten of Swords, bringing an end to the cycle. There's going to be no more of this. Oh God. Eight of Swords. So that's kind of the no way out. You were put in this position, you were lied to, and your hands were tied. There was everyone that you trusted was lying to you and not giving you a way out of this. Magician manifesting, starting to basically it's a new journey. It's kind of like the Fool. It's the Fool's first person he meets is the magician. So it's kind of like you're on a new journey and you're starting to create a new future, if you will. And there's that Two of Swords again. You have a choice.
You have a choice. Do you want to be a victim or do you want to create your new future? Yeah. You can start again. Get out of, again, that Eight of Swords. I was victimized. I was lied to, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You can stay as a victim or you can just say, I was lied to. That sucked. How do I go past this? Boy, that Avon lady is insistent, huh?
I'll tell you. Let me go give the middle finger to the Avon lady. Be right back.
Okay, hold on. What Gary doesn't know is that we substituted a 6'5" nose tackle for his Avon lady. Let's sit back and watch the fun. So, what did your 6'5" nose tackle of an Avon lady have to tell you?
Said our back fence is falling over. It's my neighbor next door. He's waiting at the door, so I got to kind of sign off here.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching this video and supporting our channel. We appreciate it.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. And we'll wake you up at midnight with a new reading. And leave a comment. I read them all and respond to many.
And unlike the generic Twin Tarot channels that don't give you a secret card at the end of the reading, we do give you a secret card. And what's that card going to be?
The Six of Pentacles, folks. It's all about giving back a little bit.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, we'll catch you on the next video. Have a good one.
Take care.